Hi guys, welcome back. Thanks for being here. So I am doing this second video because as I said in the other one, I somehow missed the update, or my site didn't update or whatever. I don't know what happens. This was very odd. So we're getting a twofer this week. So this podcast for episode 7, Let the Reins Go Loose, kind of a weird name. A lot jumps off. Really good podcast. They really talked a lot about this episode. And the things that stick out the most to me is I definitely do agree that even though I said on my other video that Brooke was kind of being harsh to Felix, like it came across harsh initially, but I don't think she had anything to apologize for. She was definitely setting her boundaries, and that's awesome. So I think that between her and Anna, because Anna's always apologizing, she definitely doesn't need to apologize. And it's an interesting observation saying that Felix is like a younger Dan, which I never made that connection, but it makes a lot of sense. And Dan definitely wrong for telling Karen about Deb and Keith. I don't really think that was his place. But then again, I kind of think it was Deb's place, but that's just me personally. But then again, I don't know. There's so many weird things between all of them. It's like, does it even matter anymore? Felix being so protective over Anna is definitely weird. I understand the big brother, protecting his sister, but it's just like, dude, take it down a notch, okay? And honestly, him and Lucas fighting over Anna, yeah, it's a little played out. It's a little extra, a little over the top. And as for the whole Mouth and Brooke, they should have been more. I know some people feel that way, and hey, to each their own. But for me personally, I am a huge fan and advocate of the platonic friendship. I've had several in my life, so yes, I do believe that it can be done. And I've had several friends who don't have that thought process. They just can't even fathom, that having a guy as just a friend and nothing more. And hey, that's okay. We all have our things and we all feel the way we do about it, and that's fine. For me personally, I don't think that Mouth and Brooke would have been a good combination as a couple. I think they were just so much better as friends. So let's get into all that jumps off in this exciting episode 7, season 2, Let the Reins Go Loose. Again, weird name. Another thing right off the bat with Brooke and Felix, specifically with their arrangement, I have to say, I think it's kind of empowering to see her kind of treat Felix the way I'm sure he's treated countless women, and the way a lot of guys unfortunately treat a lot of women or significant others or whatever. I think it's kind of cool to see that, because it is empowering in a way. And I do agree, from the podcast, they said she's kind of, looking for validation through these actions. She's finding herself. She's fed up, and I get that. That's a very real feel, It's such a trip to see how jerky like Chris Keller is, and then to hear them talk on the podcast how nice he is as a person. Like, this character is such a jerk, but the man is such a nice person. Oh my god. Brooke's charity, so wrong. Gotta love Mouth optimism. I mean, I feel for the guy, but it's like, dude, you're so much better with Brooke as just a friend. Peyton giving Anna the rule number 1, complicated histories with all of us in town and Tree Hill. Boy, that's the truth. Man, Dan telling Karen the way he did about Keith and Deb, I can't with this, because it's like, first off, I love that Karen calls Dan out on him, like the whole his redemption thing. Nobody's buying it. Amen, sister. But then he's all like, oh, Deb, I thought you knew. Like, what? You wrong for that, bruh. Oh, the adorable banter between Keith and Jules. Dorbs. I really do love that Brooke, like, really kind of gives Felix the same energy that, again, he's no doubt probably given to countless other females in the world, his character, you know, like, I love that kind of, yeah, getting a taste of your own medicine. It's not so great, is it? Oh my God, Whitey and Nathan's little talk about him being sacrificing the basketball camp for Haley, and coach basically said he was proud of him without really saying it. So cute. Oh my God. Okay, so the first time that we see Karen look at Deb after she knows, there was a look there. I don't know if anybody caught that, but there was a definite look. And then Keith comes in. He's like, I'm going to bring a date to the club. And she's like, oh, great. And then here comes Andy, and he has the shirts for Trick, and he has a little one for Lucas. And the look on Keith's face, his face is just great. I feel like the whole scene played out very well, because it's like, I feel like Karen was gonna say something to Deb, and then when Keith came in and then Andy, it was like a reality check. Like, he's moved on, I've moved on, let's just all move on together, you know? But I feel like Deb was kind of like listening, and she felt like a little, I saw there was a little look there when Keith told Karen, oh, I'm gonna bring a date to the club, because Deb overheard that, and, you know, it's just kind of like, Oh, Brooke discount shopping with Haley. Did we ever think we'd see the day? How the mighty have fallen indeed. Oh my God, all the people standing outside waiting for Trick to open. It was just such a moment. And I love that Lucas kind of made, you know, like, Peyton and Haley and his mom kind of stop and just take it in for a moment. You know, they deserve that. Although poor Haley, she's like having a panic attack. Poor baby. I do agree with what they said on the podcast about Karen, you know, taking the wristband to drink alcohol from Brooke, but she was cool about it. You know, she was trying to be a good role model, but not be crazy about it. And that is pretty cool. I also agree with what they said about, I don't remember a teenager trying to get into a conversation with, you know, an adult. So the whole Peyton Karen convo about Andy being a fox, I guess after listening to that, is kind of puts it in a different context. It's like, oh yeah, I guess it is kind of weird. But at the same time, I think it was the reality check that Karen needed. And I still can't get over him calling Lucas little Lucas. It's like, oh. I think that was Junk at the door, and he's talking to Keith, and Keith is all like, I didn't know, you know, talking to Jules, I didn't know you were dating other people. And Junk's all like, and if you're one of them, I would shut up. That's a good point. Oh, hey, you're VIP. Jules is all like, I didn't know you were so hip. Keith is like, I didn't either. So Keith. I swear, I dislike Felix's character, the way he acts so much. I mean, he has like these moments where you almost want to feel bad for him, but then like him and Brooke like going after, like outside the club when she's, you know, berating the girl for wearing her dress or whatever. And God, it is true. Felix does say a lot of very Dan-esque things. It's cringeworthy. Oh, the way Andy gets to meet Lucas. So perfect. It's like, it's kind of awkward, but it's just really funny. And Deb and Keith with Jules and them all meeting, and Keith hugging Deb and Karen seeing it. Moments, man. Oh my God. I totally forgot what a jerk Chris Keller was when he met Nathan. He's like, yeah, married in high school. Yeah, that'll work. It's like, you don't say these things out loud, Chris. You say them in your head, okay? And he's all like, oh, you bailed on the gag. I was wrong about you. It's like, enter the feud that will carry us through so many seasons. Felix and Lucas had like that almost gladiator energy, like, let's take this to the gladiator ring and beat each other to death. It's like, I understand some crap went down in the last town they lived in, and Felix is, he's just being so controlling. It's uncomfortable. It's like, you're a womanizer. Do you really have a leg to stand on trying to tell your sister how to live? I mean, it always strikes me as so funny how these guys can treat women like crap, but then they have different roles for, oh, their sisters or whatever. You know, it's like, shouldn't you apply the same rules to yourself with other women? Chris Keller, diva alert. Okay, so Chris Keller walking off stage got Haley up on stage, and I get that, but he's still a jerk. Oh, poor Mouth. I really appreciate his efforts though, but like, you have to think that woman spent like $450 on Brooke's dollhouse at the garage sale in the previous episode, and Mouth bought it back for her. So you know he spent a good chunk of change on that. Now, granted, that was really sweet, but let's be real, his motivations maybe they were pure, but they weren't. Like, I feel like Mouth is, you know, he's trying and I get it. But when she calls him a little brother, it's like, ooh, friend zone so hard. But again, I think they were always better as friends. Oh my God, I totally forgot. It was Felix that paid for the dollhouse, which is funny because I remember always thinking, because the lady was buying it in front of him and I thought he was going to like swoop in and buy it for her. But like he's having Mouth act like he bought it. I totally forgot that. I was kind of wondering where Mouth would have gotten that money. Oh my God. Andy pulling Lucas off of Felix and Keith tossing out Felix. And he's like, oh, all right, everyone's related. I'm getting tossed because you're his uncle. No, you're getting tossed because you're an ass. Word, Keith. No truer words have ever been spoken. And Karen just gives that look to Lucas. I'm disappointed in you. And Lucas is just like, ah, crap. And I just see him thinking like, I know, Mom. I tried. I didn't want to fight him. He started it. I don't know. I wish that like Lucas had been like, Mom, I didn't start it. He hit me first. Hello. But you know, Karen's got to make her point, taking away your cell phone and all in the car and all the good things you like for a week. I mean, she still lays down the law like Karen, like you would expect from Karen. But, you know, Lucas is honestly a good kid. I mean, you know, but I don't know. I mean, what are you supposed to do when somebody hits you? You hit back, especially if you didn't start it. Hey, I've always said I don't start it, but I'll end it. And then here comes Anna. Thanks for punching Felix. I've been wanting to do that for years. And he gets that big old smile anytime. It's like, gee, we forgot about our punishment pretty quickly. Okay, question, sidebar. Anna's all, call me tomorrow. But Lucas, your mom took your cell phone away. But then again, back in the day, even when we had cell phones, because like those of us who first got cell phones back in the day, we still had phone books. So I'm assuming he has her number, or did he just forget that his mom just took his phone away? Man, Andy is like so good. He's just like, does it look right to you? Does it feel right? And you know, he's just like, I mean, he's just really, you know, helping Karen through her poor view of her age, I guess. Like, it's so sweet. And he's like maybe younger than her, but he's pretty mature. I mean, he's got his head screwed on straight. It's pretty cool. Okay, when Chris gives like Haley his number for the studio time, and then when she runs off to do the interview, and Chris is all like telling Nathan, you have any idea how many guys want to nail your wife tonight? It's like, I mean, but was there a moment where Nathan almost looked proud at that? Like, am I crazy? Like, what? I always hated and still hate that Felix took the credit for getting Brooke's drunk ass home that night. I always hated it. Okay, another thing I totally forgot. Deb lying to Karen about sleeping with Keith. I completely forgot about that. Oh, dick move. But I understand why she did it. Ooh. Oh, hell's bells. This whole Jules and Keith thing. It's so cute, but I know what's coming. So it's just like, oh, right in my heart. Nathan waiting for Haley as the clock ticks on into the early morning hours. and Peyton clearing out the stragglers. It happens to be that jerk that she did coke with, and the guy said that right in front of Haley. Totally forgot about that too. Oh my god. Freaking Felix coming out of the dock like, stay the hell away from my sister. It's like, dude, what are you? I agree with what they said on the podcast. Like, what are you? Like, her keeper? What, is this over her dowry? Like, it's so extra. It's just, no, it's not cute. Okay, I know this video was long, but there was a lot of shit in this episode, guys. So thanks for being here. Hi to my new subscribers. And if you liked, feel free to like and subscribe, and I will see you next week. Hopefully, my podcast will update so I don't miss 2 episodes next time. Bye, guys.